we are coming up on potential massive moment with our relationship between Itomi and Yuki here. And I'm kind of just excited to see how it goes. He getting a little bit more aggressive. He getting a little bit more out there and vocal with, you know, his intentions and thoughts and feelings and stuff. And kind of just shutting down all bad negative thoughts and rumors and things that she might be feeling, all the jealousy and everything that's coming through, and he's kind of just steaming through it, and I respect that a lot. So now we can only hope that we continue that progress and we start ramping things up even further, which is already impressive how far I feel like we already get. So they're doing good. Feel like it all like and subscribe to me, not to me. Feel free to Instagram with discussion. Leave comments with this specific series is going with episode 6. Oh, the way that they just faded that. Oh my god. No, Yuki. It's too much for her heart to handle. I can't process this. What happened? Prove it. Look at me and stand up. Make things even worse, my guy. I think he did. I think he knew the time before. He just wanted you to finish. Nice job, my guy. That's a good thing. But that's okay. What about her? Oh, why were you coming along? Yeah. We go. Be up front. Don't lie. Yeah, don't hide around it. How much that's affected you, yeah. No! It was such a big moment. I'll see you in a month. Oh, it is. Oh my god. Alright. God, her smiles and everything, dude. My, ugh. I'll make it obvious. She's not looking though. Or was she? Like, they just had this whole moment at Ren's place. Without her even being there. Oh, welcome back. Yuki. It went good. Well, to take care of her dog, I mean. Yeah. Nah, she probably does, just not the way that you might think.
頼ってもらっていいんで。
ありがとうね。
Sure.
ゆきさん、
Sure.
最近元気ですか？
Oh, wonderful.
そういえばさっきお友達のところ
Oh,
に
that's
泊ま
gonna
るって
set
連
him
絡
off.
があってね。
え？
りんちゃんも後から電話くれてね。
は
あの子、友達のところ泊まるのって小学生以来じゃないかしら。
はーい、じゃあ失礼しまーす。アリバイバッチリ。
サンキュー。
We'll set him up.
あ、なわけねえよな。
No clarity. Oh my god.
なに？
Do you know about that guy?
ゆきさんの連絡先教えてもらっても。
No. Fucking ask her yourself. Oh my god. Ugh.
今彼女とか欲しくないって。
Things might have
まあ海
changed.
外ばっかり行くし、そうなんだろうと思ってたよ。週明けもまた行くんだよな。どっか。いつどうすんの？ゆきちゃんのこと。
Leave me alone,
不
bro.
安そうに喋んの？
すげえ心配なんだよ、お前が。海外の火山とかで転落死しそう。ああいうとこ
I would just have no idea either of
策
that.
がないからな。日本と違って。
話ずらすな。どう思ってんだよ。
Just skipping over the whole point.
恋バナ好きなんだな。
Yeah, and you enjoy going around and not answering.
あわ。たく、そうじゃねえだろ。お。
これは俺が勝手に思ってることだけど、
Does this so he doesn't have to look at him when he says it.
ユキは透明なんだよ。耳から嫌な言葉の音を聞いてないのもあると思う。人って最初は透明の入れ物みたい。
And they get filled out with a bunch of great things and a bunch of fucking nasty things and
磨いていくのも人の影響だから、
also I guess the exterior of them as well.
ユキに影響を与えたい。ずっと見ていたいって思ってた。目も手も表情も綺麗で、今は見てない。もうずっとユキに見とれ。
Because I'm deeply involved.
もう相当
Yeah,
好きじゃん。
horrendous.
仕方ねえの？
もうお店っておしまいですか？ユキ、今日うちに泊まるんだ。
へえ、いいね。大学生って感じ。
ちょっといい？
For what?
夕方まで晴れて
It seems like it's always fucking snowing around these parts.
おう、うん。
Please go inside. How happy she is just to give him that. Oh, my man's.
あったけ。これを見せたらこっちを見る。
What you gotta say? What you gotta say? Damn, they're doing her justice right here. The only way to do it. Okay. What she was gonna say, but in you got to do it instead.
その手話、どういう意味で使ってる？
I have an idea.
私教えてない。
Special occasion.
ユキ、俺たち付き合おっか。
Very pleased. Very pleased. We only needed 6. We only needed 6. How's she gonna react to this? Just frozen. What do you mean, why?
なんでって、ユキと付き合ってみたいから。
Yeah, but why? The little, shaking her there while she's trying to do
俺
it.
もいろいろ想定外なんだけど、この先も海外には行くだろうし、そこでいろんな人に出会って、でもどこに行ってもユキはいねえじゃん。
目が滲んでく。途切れ途切れにしか読めなくなる。
But it's enough.
ユキが欲しい。
Make sure you read that one. Yay.
あれ？
いつおみさん。
わかった。
Cool, bro.
あっさり。これってなんか花一門目だっけ？
Yeah.
何かなんでお前。
あ
We just
あ、付き合
decided.
うから俺ら。
何その展開？
え、本当に？
付き合うっての？
マジで？
早口で全然わかんない。
I can assume, though.
みんな同じ顔してんな。
Yeah.
そりゃそうだろ
You're all drawn the same way, huh?
か。
今日やビールくれ。
Yeah, calls for a celebration.
ねえ、そうか。ユキのことお気に入りみたいな感じだったしね。リンちゃんが喜んでくれることで付き合うことが少し
She's just stuck.
伸びてきた。本当に全く読めない人。
Yeah. I'm really happy that Rin's so excited about this, too.
もっといろいろ話したいんだけど。
ユキの家門限10時だろ。
Yeah, we should stay in our place.
だから今日はうちに泊まるんだよ。
親は今外にいるって知らねえだろ。
I guess.
リンの家まで送る。
じゃあ私も。
リンはまだ飲んでおけば。
Mmm.
今日や後でリン送ってやって。
オッケー。りんちゃん、まだ飲んでいきなよ。
これ
What a fucking guy. God, they love letting other people be at their own place.
二人で帰れて。私ももうちょいしたら帰るからね。
Hmm.
なるほど。りんちゃんも店長さんと二人
Yeah, this is a
きりだ
big moment for
あれいつおみさん
her. Hmm.
でもがよくわからない。
But he said to trust him, so. Okay. Only you.
どこまでいつおみさんの交友関係に口を挟んでいいんだろう。
Hmm. Especially if they've known each other for a long time. Where you can insert yourself in that.
さんの世界を狭めることは
Right.
絶対しちゃいけない。王子くん
Why?
なんで今後で追加しておこう。
Yeah, I'll worry about that another time. He's definitely gonna just walk past them and see them, huh? I hope not.
いつもは一方的に掴まれている
Yeah,
感じ
no,
だ
it's
った
just
から
dragging me along.
そうか、これが
Now you're like on
繋
even
いでる
pace,
っ
you
て
know?
ことだ。
Yeah.
あの手の動きに何の躊躇もなかった。歩いてる気がしないよ。
Hmm. Well, you're not.
いやー、びっくりしたな。まさかいきなり今日付き合うことになるなんて。
だね。
Bro can pull such a power move right now, though.
あいつ浮かれてたんじゃないかな。
Yeah.
照れ隠ししてたってことですか？
隠してたわけじゃないんだろうけどね。今日はあれで結構顔にも出てたと思うよ。まあよかったね。
そうです
The
ね。
connection of seeing
二人には
somebody
頑張ってほ
for
しい。
so much. Yeah, what about you two, though? Oh, no. Oh, the boy. Don't be here. Don't be Emma.
いつくんは？
あいつは今日もう上がったよ。
そっか。
He's not here.
飲んでけば？
いや、
Hmm.
俺お邪魔でしょ。
Doesn't want to be a third wheel, but, you know, his relationship's a little complicated as well. Where's he even going? You gonna tell us about it? Oh, you wanna come? No. Hmm.
一緒に。私も。
Yeah, you can come one of these times. You know I can see, right? I love how she celebrates and gets so happy and excited.
ユキ、
What did you want to say? Oh, you followed her for sure. startled. Close the door. One last thing, right? We bring in the music. Our climax, and boys, this is the moment.
私を抱きしめてくれたこの手は、その目は、また新しい世界を知る。近い距離しか見えてないって思われたくないから伝えないけど、あなたを見上げる角度にすら恋してる。私に向けるどんな表情も光のシャワーみたいに降り注ぐの。
You know, Yuki got away with words.
世界が交わっていく。
付き合ってしょっぱな会えねえって酷だからな。
早く付き合っておけばよかったって後悔したくないから。
Don't want something to happen while I'm gone for a month, you know?
ユキとは別れないのか。
I'm pretty confident.
なんだよその間は。
若いなぁと思って。いや、否定してるわけじゃないから。応援してるよ。
Good luck, brother.
どうも。
じゃあな。
What about your end? We need more development on your end.
くそ、あいつ。やっぱ浮かれてるな。
God, why is this show so fucking good? I love slow burns as much as the next guy, but man, sometimes you don't need 30 seasons to get to the point. Sometimes you gotta get the ball rolling at some point. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. I don't even got anything I want to say. I just want people to know I'm happy. It's so wonderful. It's just everything I could want, right? It all comes into one. It makes something so perfect. I don't know. I got nothing to complain about. All the praise in the world to the author of this for creating such a special story. One that writes fun and interesting characters. One that warms the heart, right? One that just nails absolutely everything that they need to. And I love how, like, almost aware it kind of was, right? It interrupted itself, like, 2 or 3 different times, right? Just like with actual like confessions and things coming involved here, in the typical like, oh, here's a phone call, like get on the way type of thing, right? We missed it. Oh, this person said something, but then the other person completely missed it, right? Because they weren't looking at like all these things that they can do that make you be like, damn it, like so close. Like, why couldn't things just like align and be better? Like, why couldn't they just be right there? And then they still continue to drive it home every single episode. And they just say, especially in this one, they're just like, screw it. I don't even care that we messed up. You know, I don't even care that you weren't able to see this or you weren't able to like understand this or whatever. We're going to make sure that you guys are on the same page by the end of it, which I think is fantastic. And we get to avoid having to go through all that dumb shit that, you know, every other series seems to constantly put in that interrupts things and makes the viewer miserable while watching it, but it just keeps getting you like more and more wanting to see the thing come next. But I don't know, I'm happy. Like, Itsumi's literally him. Like, it doesn't get more him than him. It just doesn't. Then Yuki is just like a lover, so let's just go through the episode. I got nothing else to say. This is going to be a short one. So they continue conversation and everything. We give a little bit more, you know, get down to business from where the last episode ended and just from misunderstandings and things that kind of come about before, and how each of them kind of feel with each other. Yuki presses for more of like wanting answers or like wanting things, I guess, to just fully grasp and understand and make sure that what this other person is saying or thinking or believing in any sort of way is like actually them, and they're not just like impulsively kind of like saying or doing something, and like really just trying to get to the bottom of it. And she does it again a lot later, when the actual confession, he kind of asks her or says that he wants to start dating, and then they have that kind of conversation again, and he's like, why are you asking all these questions? Like, how do you not understand it? In this moment, she just kind of opens up completely. She's just like, screw it, I'm gonna go for it. I did not realize in this moment that she was actually doing it. I thought that this, because it flashed on screen here, internal thoughts almost, and that wasn't the case at all. Apparently it just ended up getting interrupted, of course. So convenient, isn't it? We interrupt it perfectly just like that. He reveals he's going to be going on a trip. He'll be gone for a long time. So typically in those situations, somebody's going to be gone. You want to hold off because you don't want to leave that person, you know, hanging or like waiting on you or any of these sort of things. But also in those situations, you can use that as the excuse that I need to get these things out of the way now so I can kind of feel a little bit more free and open a little bit as I go into that trip that I have. Now, sometimes if you are nervous, things aren't going to go too positive for you and you're going to be hung up on that for so long. It could ruin the things that are upcoming and you might want to, like, you know, prolong it and not actually do it. I'm happy Itzomi ends up taking the initiative and ends up committing to it by the end of this and doing it beforehand. I love just how instantly she gets so excited about it. so happy. Him specifically making it like a point to make sure that he or she knows that there's plenty of time, or he will make a certain time and everything for the two of them when she ends up coming back or when he comes back. We press a little bit more about the kiss and the whole situation there and how they end up, or the reasons and everything that was kind of behind him there. I love this too. Just Yuki just looking out, you know, and taking everything in about the moment that just happened and needing some fresh air. Also, just the idea that Rin literally MVP leaving and giving them her entire place just so that this whole thing can kind of unfold and then ends up coming back, you know, perfect timing. Fantastic. Absolutely love to see that. I love Yuki coming down and just celebrating and being so excited and just wanting to see her and be so happy. We end up seeing O'Shea a little bit, and he is, I don't know, getting the infos because he wants to specifically talk to Yuki through her mom. Weird. I don't like that. I think it's way better if he goes out of his way and does it, you know, on his own. It is weird that he doesn't have it already. I figured because they've known each other for so long and he has gone out of his way and like learned all the stuff and done all these things, he would probably have it by now, but I guess not. Also just shows the initiative and like the willingness that Itzomi's willing to, I guess, kind of take on. Although I guess it was Yuki who went out of her way to do it. So I guess that should just really showcase her own determination and like when she wants something, she can kind of get it, and she has absolutely no interest in Buddy because they've known each other for how long, and she still doesn't. Yeah, it makes sense. We end up figuring out Yuki's staying over with Rin. Rin ends up calling to talk to the mom and make sure that, you know, everything's okay, but Buddy starts being a little bit concerned that she might have been kind of protecting them or pulling one for them so that the two of them can be together. I mean, I understand, especially with how overprotective he is. I don't think that that's like the wrong, I guess, initial assumption, but it's the lack of trust and you know, I guess just trust in her for what exactly it is that she's saying or what exactly she's doing, and believing that these people could actually be her friend and that people have like good intentions, and constantly just like looking at things through like a little bit negatively and a little bit too overprotective. I like this where he starts questioning a lot about Itzomi's situation and the way that he feels, and just like really starting to press it because he wants to get an answer. He wants something out of him or wants to kind of understand him, to see if he can kind of help him or just be there for him or just whatever the situation is, and really get to the bottom of this. I love the backing up into him in a position that allows him to not really turn around and actually see you and not have to make eye contact with anyone, because it is usually easier to say some things without actually having to visibly see a person, or also because sometimes it's embarrassing or whatever actually it is. I love his reference to the glasses or the empty glasses or just new glasses, I guess you could even say, things that are like these pure, sparkly, shiny, kind of like just beautiful things that over time and as your life kind of develops, you get filled up with things, but the outsides and even the insides and everything can kind of get all a little bit dirty and dinged up and just all these bad things that can kind of be consuming with it. While there's plenty of things that can kind of fill them up and be good, positive things for it, she's somebody who has like such this like fresh, like crystal clear, like kind of view almost, that is entirely different than everything else he's ever seen really within his own life, and actually had kind of presented to him in any sort of way, and he thinks that that's so just unique and special and something that he really can't kind of get out of his mind thinking about, and it does a lot for him. I love Kyoyo getting so I love how he literally acts the exact same way that Rin does, or even Yuki does in a lot of situations. They're also so similar, and it's always the one who's kind of just weird. Making some time for the two of them at the end of the night so that they can just all kind of hang out is pretty cool. I love him just stealing Yuki in this moment. And us having this whole conversation, her seeing him get all cold and trying to warm him up with the scarf. And look at her, she's so excited to kind of just give it to him, but then he pulls absolute power move and pulls her in here, which I think is great. They do an excellent job at really detailing the two of them, especially Yuki, but the two of them in these moments, and making them look exceptionally well, right? And just really trying to showcase how special almost that the other person looks through the own lens of that person. And I think that's fantastic. In this moment, we end up getting a full-blown confession and everything. It's fucking wonderful, extremely smooth. My guy is absolutely different, and I love that. Her asking why pisses me off. I get it, but I can't believe it. I love the warped vision almost and everything that's kind of happening, and her overjoy that she's kind of having in this and not being able to like even believe the things in which she's kind of seeing and is happening right in front of her, and trying to like process all this at once. And it's so much for her that she can't understand and like fully comprehend the things that he's actually saying and reading his lips and everything. And he just continues to just, it's so good. It was so fucking excellent. I love this too. Just power move, not hiding it or anything. We just pull right up and make sure that the others know. This reaction says it all. Also, this like they're so good. We need more between these two. I love this too of Rin not turning this into like her own damn I'm falling behind, or this person's like doing something else and I'm like not even on that pace or like whatever, but just instead it's just like pure like overjoy of the other person and the success that they are kind of having, and the things that are kind of coming into their own life and the good things that are coming for them, and her just being so excited about that and praising her and just, I don't know, I love it. I think that's fantastic. It's the complete opposite of the way that Oshi would view him or view her as like almost like a fake friend, or like the way that he was kind of like trying to describe her the first time when he was talking about the way that somebody like a friend could possibly be. I don't know, she's great. I love this Yes, too. He ends up taking the initiative and instead is like, all right, I'll bring her back so you guys don't have to end up leaving now, but you get to stay around, and basically setting her up too, because of course he knows intentions there and he's trying to be good for his own friend too, right? And I think that's fantastic. Being able to spend this opportunity of the two of them kind of just walking back and having this also being on almost even pace and not having to feel like she's kind of being like dragged and pulled along anymore, the way that he kind of is done a little bit before, which is pretty cool. We end up finding out that Oshi in this moment asked for or he did get the information and he was able to just contact her, I guess, but she completely ignores it, which is great, and I love that completely. We don't need that conversation to have at all or happen at all. Itsuomi clears up the whole Emma thing to her and tells her not to really worry about it. I also like the idea of her not wanting to impose too much. This person who does have such a wide world view, almost coming in between him and a situation and a friend and whatever has happened like between them, that is probably a little bit more personal or whatever, not wanting to kind of close that off or cause any like harm or things there that could cause any issues within his own world or cause his own circle and everything to kind of get smaller. And I think that's pretty spot on. I don't know. I like that a lot, that she's at least able to kind of observe and view that. These two having their moments and just talking about that stuff is great. And I for this moment on, we need more of them. I do wonder if we're just gonna skip now the whole month. We're gonna go on and we're gonna be like, screw it, let's let Buddy go on his vacation the entire time, and in the meantime we can focus a little bit on them or just friendship stuff or like whatever else happens while he's gone. I do wonder. Shin ends up showing up, not with Emma this time. He was asking about Itsuomi. I wonder if he was going to talk about the whole Emma thing to him, or if it's just not a thing and he's just actually curious exactly where he is, not wanting to impose and be like into the third wheel on this, and then setting both of them off, I think is fantastic. But also just him, how like relevant that is to his own life, feeling that way almost when it comes to being like the outsider in the relationship between Itsuomi and Emma. This too, asking just if he wants the, or she has a passport, and like saying that he'll bring her along the next time, sets up something perfect that we can kind of expand her world and allow her to see those things that she so much desires or is so curious about at some point in the future, and actually sets something that we can get excited for to possibly come at some other point whenever he goes on one of his journeys. At this moment, being able to see her just excitement as well in this moment is great, and then just following her up and immediately wanting to be with her again once more, one last time really here before things kind of come to a close. The end scene too here, about talking about him being on cloud 9 and him talking about not ever seeing them breaking up in the way that he's like so overconfident in the situation his own feelings with the way that the other person kind of feels, and how he's going to actually make this work. And I think that's awesome. That's just wonderful. I don't know. I love it. It's fucking great. Everything's so good. probably best episode so far. I don't even know if it's close either. It's so good. It sets the standard so high going into the year for everything romance-wise that's going to follow throughout the rest of the year that it's gonna be hard. Unless we have a train wreck of the next 6 episodes, which I doubt. Man, it's gonna be hard to top it. It's gonna be all for me. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you liked it, I'll like and subscribe. If not, to my favorite, check out the revision channel. If you comments with this was our series, I'll be back for episode 7 next week. Have a good one though. Peace.